Usually when it's like 60 degrees outside in December, I'm like, why is it so warm? And then I come into the shed on a 20-degree day and I'm like, where's the 60 degrees? I need warmth in this shed. We are still waiting on the electrical and the insulation and all that. It's coming, I promise. But today, this video is being sponsored by xTool. We are going to be reviewing the xTool D1 Engraver. Let me tell you, this tool is so freaking awesome. I set it up last night. I did a little sample here that says Thrift diving and it looks professional. As much as I love woodworking, I've never owned any like really cool tools like this. I don't have a 3D printer. I don't have, an engraver until now. They sent this to me to review and we're doing Christmas gifts last minute because that's how I am. I procrastinate on everything. So I went to Michael's. I picked up some blanks, some wood blanks, some frames, and we're going to be engraving all those things today. I'm really excited about the metal. Can't wait to see that. So let's jump into this video now and see this thing in action. But first, let's get it set up.
I think there are probably 3 reasons why most people don't have an engraver and a cutter like this. Number 1, they think it's too expensive, it's out of their budget. Number 2, I feel like they are assuming that it's going to be difficult to set up, right? Like it's going to be a very confusing tool to have in their workshop. And number 3, they think that it's going to be confusing to use, right? Like they're not going to understand how to use the software. And that's just not a tool that I'm going to even look at. And I'll admit, that's kind of what I was thinking until I started using this. Now, let's talk about the setup. This actually was not very difficult to set up. It took me about 30 to 45 minutes, only because I was looking at the YouTube video, trying to make sure that I followed their instructions step by step, and I kept rewinding over and over again. But it literally was 5 pieces that you see right there out of the box. There was a left, right, front, back, and the arm here that I'm installing. The hardest part was trying to get this timing pulley around the timing belt. So that took me a little while and I got frustrated and just turned the camera off and worked on it. This part was not too difficult. Just understanding that yellow went with yellow, red went with red, white went with white, and just follow the instructions on the video so that you can get power to all the components of this engraver and cutter. Now, one thing I like is that they had these little zip ties because you've got some wires that are hanging around and you don't want that to get in the way of when you're cutting. So once you have all your wires in place, you're just zip tying these together and then snipping them off so that you've got those out of the way. Once you flip this over and you're ready to attach the laser, it goes right into that slot on the center part. And it's got this really helpful arm on the right-hand side. So when you flip that down, it will actually gauge where exactly that laser needs to be. So once that little tip is touching your project, then you tighten it so then you know you're the exact depth away from whatever it is that you're engraving or cutting, which is great. So anyway, once we've actually just played with that a little bit, we can move this and make sure that we've got full clearance. And then we'll zip tie this as well to keep all of those cables out of the way. It comes with a little storage card. So once you insert that, you plug it in, you connect it to your laptop or to your computer and download the software. Then you're ready to get started. Now you can use the basic beginner software. It's called LaserBox Basic. That's what I used because I've never used laser software before. But if you're someone who knows how to use this software, Lightburn also works. So we were ready to get started on doing a test. I was so excited for this part. Now keep in mind, this is a laser and there's radiation in this laser, so you have to wear the included glasses that come with it to protect your eyes, protect your health. Now, this was the first time I've ever used a laser engraver. Here's what I did. I lowered that metal gauge and lifted up the laser, and that is the correct depth. So once you've got that tip touching your work, then you will lock it in place. Find your center, and then on the software, you're going to want to make sure that you pick whatever font, whatever size you want. This is where it's pretty helpful to do a test because, as you can see, my first test was a complete failure. I'm literally only engraving on half of this. And when I realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm doing something wrong, I had to redo it again. And what I found is that I needed to make sure that I marked the center of my wood and that in the program, I'm telling the laser, okay, I want you to start right here, but here's the center. Anyway, it sounds confusing, but it was actually pretty simple once I realized what I was doing wrong. Now I'm speeding things up here, but the laser doesn't move that fast. A simple design like this took probably about 7 minutes. So depending on how complex or how many passes you're going to do or what materials you're working on could determine how long it will take. And this turned out so nice. It was crisp. I couldn't wait to move on to the next project, the real project. So this is something that I was doing for my nephew, his fiance, their baby. They're moving into a new house, and I wanted to create something they could hang on the wall that has all of their names and a little heart at the bottom. Well, the wood is kind of cheap. I got it from Michael's. It was only probably $5 or $6. And you can see that the engraving is still good, but the quality of the wood was not that great. One thing that I did notice is that there was a lot of smoke. And this isn't specific to the machine. I think it was more the wood itself. But I think whenever you're doing any kind of engraving or cutting, make sure that you've got proper ventilation. There is an accessory where you could have an exhaust hooked up to this so that you can just kind of suck all that stuff out. But make sure that you're wearing the glasses and make sure that you're wearing a dust mask, which I did later get, and that you've got some fresh air that's moving around. And I was really curious to see how this would handle details. So I found a heart to put on the bottom of their gift that had some details, and it handled it like a champ. So I loved it. Now I also got some picture frames from Michael's. These were again just a few dollars, and I'm doing a picture frame for my sister. Something funny. We have this inside joke. So you don't know what it means, but she's going to know exactly what it means when I give it to her. So the next up was to create a dog tag for my nephew's dog. And this was something that was in the kit. When you buy the D1, it comes with a few pieces of, materials, and they give you a free, metal piece, a dog tag. Aww, that looks so cute. On the back, I engraved my nephew's name and his phone number. So he's going to love this for his little doggy Prince, who's 11 years old. Okay, so in the kit with the D1, they give you a sample of leather to do. And my husband kept telling me, oh, I want an engraving that says only me. I'm like, why? Why do you need this? But anyway, you can see the quality here is pretty good. And I've got some faux leather. I said, let me see how this works. You can see it's not quite as dark of an engraving, but it still kind of worked. It still marked up the fabric. So you could still do something with this if you're doing something creative and crafty. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. This thing is so freaking cool. Okay, so now we're going to test out and make some gifts using this. This is the rotary that they sent. And basically what this does is it sits in here, and we're going to put these spacers here on the feet just to raise it up. And you can actually put more. We only have a set of 4, but we're going to raise this up a little bit with the spacers, and we're going to put one of these cups, one for my niece and probably one for my sister. It's going to rotate, and we're going to be able to engrave on this stainless steel. Well, it looks like we're not going to be able to do these cups because the cup is too big, and we actually need higher legs. Well, guess what? Electrical boxes work just as well. Technically, I should have some additional risers so that I can create something that's bigger, but for now, this worked. I really wanted to engrave on this metal, and so the electrical boxes work. But I actually ruined one of these because I didn't turn the design, so it was starting to engrave my niece's name in the wrong direction. So I stopped it, put in a new cup, and it actually turned out pretty well. I didn't record all of that because it took a long time to do, but you can see that it actually worked pretty well. And I didn't actually get to finish the Y because I don't know what actually happened there, but it kind of cut the bottom of the Y off. But I was impressed by how well this actually worked. You know, I have to tell you, I really, really enjoyed today's video. This is a product that I didn't think that I was going to like. I'm like, oh, it's an engraver. But it also cuts. I didn't actually use it to cut anything, but it actually cuts too. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, I think for the price point that it's at, I believe it might be $6.99. Don't quote me on that. But I think for the price and the fact that it's not too large, it's something that just the everyday DIYer, everyday woodworker could use. Or even if you're a professional woodworker, you can pick this up. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It seemed to be pretty heavy duty, and I really was impressed by it. I like this tool. I like it so much, I was even telling my mom today, hey, I'm gonna build a table for this so I can leave it up in the shop somewhere. I want this thing accessible to me at all times. So if you're someone who
wants to get into personalized gifts, or maybe you want to open up an Etsy shop and you want to do some engraving, I think that this is a really cool tool that will be able to allow you to do some of those projects and be able to sell some of the things that you make, because it's going to look professional. But overall, I was very impressed by this. I'm super excited. And I am going to have this be a part of my shop that will just get its own little corner, and I'll leave it up because I think I'm going to use this a lot. I like this.
I didn't understand that.
I'm not talking to you. That's why. You didn't understand because I'm not talking to you. Don't you hate when your phone does that? It just starts thinking that you're talking to it. So anyway, if you want to buy this for yourself for a Christmas gift, I know we're close to Christmas. I mean, hello, we're just a few days out. However, you can still use the link down below. You can get one for yourself. You can buy it a few days late. Christmas gifts don't have to be on Christmas Day. And I highly recommend this for your workshop if you are someone like me who wants to be able to do some engraving, but you don't want to have like a huge, engraving cutting system. This thing works. Okay guys, be sure to come back for the next videos because I have an electrical video that's going to be coming up very soon in the next few days. The electrician is coming, I think probably later this week, and so my shed will be energized. Super excited about that. All right, so I will see you next video.